friends, my name is Mrinal Lakhiani and I am going to share something about my Sindhi cuisine. To start with, the famous Sindhi Kadi Chawal. Every home in India, the Sindhis have Kadi Chawal mostly on a Sunday afternoon. So I've made curry with besan and this is plain rice. The next dish that I've made is called sale bread. Sale bread is usually made out of bread and with some gravy. And sometimes we make sale chapati, which we use chapati instead of the bread. My third dish is lolas. These are very famous Sindhi parathas. They're called lolas. They're made with sugar syrup and flour and ghee, and you sort of put nuts on them. And we usually eat this for a Sawan ka mahina. You know, it's a special festival in August, and we eat for that. My next dish is dal ka parathas, the famous Sindhi dal ka parathas, which we eat also for breakfast. And finally, I have my dal pakwan, which is a Sindhi famous breakfast. Every Sunday, Sindhis eat dal, chana dal with pakwan, and this is also a specialty. And here I have some bundi, dahi bundi, which we eat with kadi chawal, and to go with that, this famous carrot pickle. And then, of course, a Sindhi meal can't be complete without papad. So all Sindhis have to eat papad with their meal. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and I wish you could come home and try it. Thank you for listening. Things about my Sindhi culture. As you all know, Sindh was a part of India till 1947. After the partition, Sindh became a part of Pakistan. As a result, a lot of Sindhis moved from Pakistan to India and they moved to the different states in India. Some Sindhis went abroad, like for example my father-in-law, he moved to Singapore in the early 1950s. In spite of coming as refugees to India, Sindhis have become very successful. If you see in every field, you'll find a Sindhi. For example, in our Bollywood, we have so many Sindhi actors like Kiara Advani, and we had Sadhana and Babita, so that makes Karishma Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor half Sindhis. Even Govindas are half Sindhi, and there's the famous Bahubali actress Tamanna, who's also a Sindhi. And if you see in politics, there are many Sindhi politicians. Our famous L.K. Advani is a Sindhi. We have a famous sportsman, his name is Pankaj Advani. He's also a famous billiards player. And we also have a lawyer who's Ram Jethmadani. He was a Sindhi too. And not to forget Vishal Dadlani, who makes excellent music. He's a music director and he's a Sindhi too. Did you know that there are 7 kinds of Sindhis, and each kind of Sindhi belonged to the 7 provinces in Sindh. For example, the Sindhis who came from Hyderabad in Sindh are called Hyderabadis. The Sindhis who came from Shikarpur are called Shikarpuris. So we have 7 kinds of Sindhis in that way. And not necessarily all Sindhis have a surname ending with a ni. There are some Sindhis like the famous Hindujas. They are Sindhis too, but their name doesn't end with a ni. So we have Hindujas, we have Nagpals, we have Ahujas, and then we have lots of Nis like Lakhiani and Mulani. And did you know that Sindhi women change their name and their surname after marriage? This is just, it's just to have better compatibility with your husband, and that's why we change our names. Like for example, my name was Deenu Mulani and now I'm Mrinal Lakhiani. So a lot of Sindhis do that. It's not necessary, but a lot of them do it. And one more thing, did you know that the Sindh language has 52 letters, just like the English language has 26, we have the double of the English alphabet. There are 52 letters, and it's very interesting that there are 2 letters in the Sindhi language that only a true Sindhi can pronounce. For example, there's a letter which is supposed to be the B in Sindhi, but instead of B, we say B, B. It has to come from inside, B. And B means 2. And there's another letter called D, not the, but D. And D means 10. So remember, if you meet a Sindhi, ask them to say the number 2 and number 10. And if they say it correctly, that means they really know their Sindhi well. I hope you've enjoyed my talk on my Sindhi culture, and thank you so much for listening. So would you like to learn how to make typical Sindhi curry? Let's go to my kitchen and watch. are the ingredients for the Sindhi curry. You need some cumin seeds, fenugreek seeds, and some asafoetida. You need gram flour, tomatoes, green beans, potato, ladyfinger or okra, carrot, ginger, chili and curry leaves, salt, turmeric powder and red chili powder, and tamarind juice. And you need a jug of water and some oil. So you need to keep these ingredients ready before you start making the curry. To make the curry, you need a big steel pot, or you can use any pot, and a wooden spoon. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the oil. So since we are using half a cup of besan or flour, we are going to use about half a cup of oil. So I'm squeezing the oil here. The oil should be enough for the besan to float in, because we're going to cook the flour or the besan in the oil. But before you put the besan, you need to put your seeds. So I'm going to put the cumin seeds, the asafoetida and the fenugreek seeds. After the seeds begin to splutter, you need to add the flour or the besan. The seeds have begun to splutter, and now I'm going to add the flour or the gram flour, the besan. And I'm going to start. At this time you should put your gas on slow fire, and you need to cook the besan till it's a little bit brown and you can get a smell. And as you see, the oil is enough for the flour to float in. If you feel that the flour is making lumps, you need to add more oil. Now you can see the flour has changed color. It's become a little brown. And when you see that it's slightly brown and you can get a nice smell, a nice fragrance, then you add the water. So you need to add about 3 glasses of water. And now you may increase the flame of the gas. So after you add the water, you need to add your tomatoes and the salt, the turmeric and the red chili powder, and the curry leaves and the ginger and the chili. And then you let this boil for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes and the tomatoes have been cooked. So now it's the time to add your potato and your green beans and your carrots. We'll add the ladyfinger or the okra after some time. And you let this cook for like 10 or 15 minutes. It's been 20 minutes. Now it's the time to put the okra or the ladyfinger, the bindi, and you can put the tamarind juice now. And let this cook for another 10 minutes. To check if the curry is ready, you need to check if the potato has cooked. If the potato and the okra and the bindi have been cooked, so then the curry is ready. This is how your curry should look. And then this is optional. You can garnish the curry with some coriander leaves. And your curry is ready. You need to serve it with some white basmati rice. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Enjoy, and do subscribe for my channel. Thank you. Bye. So I hope you enjoyed watching the presentation of how to make Sindhi curry, and you must try it. Thank you for watching. Share something about our Sindhi clothing. You know the palazzos that you all wear these days? These palazzos are actually a Sindhi outfit. It's called a kurta and a patloon, or a suthan, and we also used to wear something like a small ghagra, which is called a pado. So Sindhis used to wear either kurta and a pajama or a palazzo, or a kurta with a little ghagra, which is called a pado, and the kurta is called suthan. So that's a Sindhi outfit. Or it's also called a jablo and a koti, you know, like like a skirt with a koti with a blouse. So that's our Sindhi outfit. And talking about Sindhi festivals, we celebrate Diwali and Holi like everybody. But we have two festivals. One is our New Year, which is called Cheti Chand. And Cheti Chand is celebrated on our god's birthday. We have a special god called Julilal. And we celebrate Cheti Chand. It comes in the month of April, mid-April. And that's our New Year called Cheti Chand. And it also happens to be our god's birthday. And we celebrate another festival in the Sawan ka Mahina, which is called Thadri or Satai. It's like two festivals back to back after a week. And for Thadri, what we do is we're supposed to eat only cold food. So we cook the food a day before, and we're not supposed to light a gas or burn a gas on the day of Thadri. So we cook food one day before and we eat it the next day. So we eat only cold food on Thadri. That's why it's called Thadri. And we do this to worship the Mata, the god Durga. And also we do it because it's very good for our body to eat cold food. It just cools you down, So that's the way of celebrating Thadri. And after we celebrate Thadri, we eat cold food and we play cards, a game of cards with the family. So during the month of Sawan, which is in August, September, we play cards with our family and we celebrate Thadri and Satai. And we eat the Mitha Lola, which you would see in the video. And also we eat like fried eggplant, we eat some, dahi with bundi, and then some bhajiyas. We fry the bhajiyas and keep them for the next day. So we don't heat up the food, we eat cold food the whole day. And then the last festival is Tijri. Like you celebrate Karwa Chauth, we Sindhis celebrate Tijri. And Tijri always comes 2 days after Raksha Bandhan. So we fast for our husbands and then we eat food after we see the moon. So these are some of the festivals of Sindhi culture. I hope you enjoyed listening to me.